Hello guys, today we will read the story in game Romance Club, Heart of TRESPIA. Let's go! Season 1, Episode 1. The story is about to begin, but first choose the main character's appearance. Where is the sound? Matter. Okay, let's go. Fair skin tone, dark skin tone, medium skin tone, fair skin tone, dark. Oh, it's I guess it's side swept dirty blonde, side swept dark, half up Dutch crown blonde. I want medium brown color or dark brown. Let's look on all hairstyles. Oh, it's really pretty hairstyle, but I want more dark. Okay. Let's take this. Oh, I want to look at another hairstyles for diamonds. Maybe his. No. Okay. Chapter 1st. Coronation Day. Oh, name. Ella. Let's call her Laura. The morning breeze carried a chorus of birdsong to your ears. You squinted your eyes open to the warm sunlight sauntering through the window. Such a beautiful morning to start my big day. Glancing outside, the bustling sight of servants hurriedly carrying various plates and chalices greeted your eyes. Outside the grand hall stood a troop of royal guards, remaining absolutely still with anxious looks on their faces. Everyone is preparing for the banquet. I should get ready to meet up with Uncle Osman too. You turn around. Yoma, you bumped hard into your chambermaid, Delias, who was losing grip on a large bowl of rose water. You are about to make a choice. Choose wisely, as every choice you make will influence the story, one way or another. Oh, I'm so excited and scared in one time. In what to do? Push her, hop back, dodge. Okay. Swiftly you hopped to the side as Delias regained control of the water bowl in her hands. Your dexterity saved you from being splashed. Phew. Oh. Influence. Half of the rose water unavoidably spilled out of the bowl, making quite a splash on the ground before you. I'm so sorry, Your Majesty. Did I spill any on you? Fortunately, no, but it seems washing my face is no longer an option. Please forgive me, my queen. I'm always so clumsy. Relax, Delia. It was my fault. I didn't hear you. No, Your Majesty. Queens are never wrong. Perhaps, but until I am crowned queen, I can still make mistakes. Is that so, Your Majesty? What kind of mistakes, if I may ask? Some choices initiate romantic relationships with certain characters. You may also choose to maintain friendships with them. Choose wisely. Sorry, but I like men. Maybe I can. I can. Why? I don't know. This kind of mistake. Kiss her cheek, tickle her, say something vulgar. Tickle. It's not really vulgar, I guess. But it's weird. Queen, tickle. Yeah. Oh, it's weird. It's a little weird. You slipped your hands under Delia's chin and started dancing your fingers playfully around her neck. Oh, it's really weird. It's really weird. Oh, I don't do that. Ah! Her childlike laughter echoed throughout your chamber while her body twitched breathlessly to your merciless tickling. I yelled, please, have mercy on me. With a chuckle, you gave her one last mischievous pinch before withdrawing. The Queen of TRESPIA is not without mercy. In reminiscence of the fond memories you shared, Delia's mouth curved into a hearty smile. Your relationship with Delia has improved. The bliss in her eyes soon faded into a long-drawn sigh. After the coronation, everything is going to change. You will be moving to the Queen's chamber. Only the royal maids are allowed there. I'll never be allowed to talk to you again. That's not true, Delia. I have decided to make you my lady-in-waiting upon my coronation. You'll be coming with me wherever I go. We will leave the castle and meet the people together. Really, my queen? You have my word as your rightful queen. Hooray! And overjoyed Delia bounced around the chamber, clapping in excitement as her high-pitched jiggles rang in your ears. One good thing about being queen is that I can finally see the kingdom with my own eyes. Why doesn't Lord Osmond allow you to live in the castle, my queen? Oh, it's really weird. Oh, it's a weird story, I guess. In the start of this story, it's a weird situation. Oh. Uncle said it was for my own protection, as I am the sole heir to the throne. Oh, so bad. If I had a brother or a sister, perhaps it would have been different. As a servant, I am often tasked to purchase requisite supplies outside the castle walls. There are so many places we can visit: the town square, the lily garden, the river valleys. I can't wait to show them all to you. Oh, Delia can walk around the castle and Queen can do this under 18 years old, I guess. Alright, don't get too excited now. I need to get ready for the ceremony. Come help me get dressed. Yes, my queen. Violet gown. Oh, I have a lot of money, a lot of diamonds, because I too long don't play this game. Violet gown, fuchsia gown, silver gown, of course. This most expensive. Braid updo, box braid bun, crown braid blonde. I want the most pretty. Okay. Okay, let's take this. Okay. 11 diamonds, fine. As soon as Delia had finished combining your hair, there was a gentle tap on chamber door. A muffled yet familiar voice came from the other side. Wyatt, Your Majesty? Looks like the Queen's guard has come for his queen. Then it's time, Delia. Open the door. Delia scurried to the door in excitement, cracking it open while Wyatt entered the chamber. What is this country or planet? It's really popular name, of course, and I know it. My queen. The Queen's guard's gaze shifted from your face to your formal attire, respectfully brave and full of admiration. He's staring at me. You can keep staring. How do I look? Hey, stop gawking. Oh yeah, you can keep staring. Okay, I don't mind. I like man. My queen eyes. With your head slightly lowered, you looked up at Wyatt. Your lips tucked into an alluring smile, almost seductive. Please forgive my crowdiness, Your Majesty. Your beauty is radiant. There's nothing to forgive, Wyatt. We will sleep together, and that's you can staring at me. Oh, I know this man in story in Ramon's club. You know, I guess. You don't have to be so formal around me. Your relationship with Wyatt has improved. Of course, my relationship with this girl improved too, but we just tickled her. I don't know relationship with her, only just friends. And with Wyatt I want to relationship maybe, or just one night. Okay. At any rate, Duke Osman awaits us in the throne room. The guests have arrived. Then we shall carry on. You approached the doorway, allowing your fingers to graze the smooth stone walls on the familiar room one last time. Once I leave this chamber, it will remain vacant until the next princess takes up residence here. Cutting through the garden, the perfumed scent of assorted roses put a smile on your face. A blue butterfly sat upon your finger, fluttering its wings up and down. Do you still remember the rainbow-colored butterflies, Wyatt? Yes, my queen, you were only 14 then, and I was 16. Oh, he's older on 2 years. That day we were sparring near the gazebo. 2 butterflies flew between us, and we were fascinated. Oh, this girl is 18 and Wyatt is 20. Here I am 18 years old. That day we were sparring near the gazebo. 2 butterflies flew between us, and we were fascinated. They were so beautiful. I thought you wanted to have it, so I smacked one of them down with the hilt of my sword. The other butterfly flew round its fallen mate. I started crying because he broke up a pair of flowers. Then he offered to kill the others on as well so they could be reunited. I was such a fool. That day we took the dead butterfly home, and I embroidered its likeness on your handkerchief. You have probably lost it by now. Oh. Wyatt reached beneath his chestplate and presented a white handkerchief to you. Wyatt's handkerchief. In Russian language, it's too easy. It's more easy. It's easier. It's called easier. You carry it with you all the time. Always, my queen. Carrying heartfelt smiles from fond memories, your footsteps continue down the garden path. Oh, if be honestly, I don't like relationship with someone from childhood, for example. They have friendship since they were young children. You understood, I guess. I hope. I don't know why. I don't know. No, don't know. You led the way towards the throne room, the sounds of milling guests growing louder as Wyatt's footsteps rang out close behind you. Oh, I'm sorry, I said Wyatt. Here is Wyatt, but before I was Wyatt. I looked. As you made your way around the corner, you saw a lieutenant escorting a guardsman with his hands bound. Oh, in Russia, escorting, it's not as this. It's another meaning. I can't call you. I can't say for you. Hail, your majesty. Lieutenant, I guess. Why is this man tied up? He was caught sleeping on the watchtower last night, your majesty. I am taking him to the gallows, where he shall be hanged for such an atrocious crime. Bound guardsman. Please, your majesty, I only fell asleep because I didn't get enough rest. Oh, it's your problem, of course. If something bad with Queen. I was tasked to inspect the walls for possible points of entry yesterday morning. Oh, I'm joking. I'm so kind, Queen. Not too much. In the middle of kindness. Kind. I don't know. Sorry. Such is the hardship you must endure as a protector of TRESPIA. Please let this sluggard waste no time of your majesties. He is unworthy. Your lieutenant bowed to you humbly before showing the bound guardsman out of your way. Keep walking, you lazy good-for-nothing. Some choices increase your compassion or rationality. choose what's right for you, and these choices will significantly influence the storyline. Wait, but the Cosmic give him a lighter punishment. Spare. Unbind this man and let him go, Lieutenant. Wyatt leaned down and whispered in your ear. If I may, Your Majesty, military orders as the foundation of the defense. Revoking that order may encourage more guardsmen to discard them and weaken our strength. I understand, Wyatt, but fear-induced loyalty is not the only way. Of course, my queen. You return your attention to the guardsmen. Today is my coronation day. I shall have no bloodshed. I hereby deem this guardsman forgiven. Release him. Yes, Your Majesty. Prove yourself worthy of Her Majesty's mercy, guardsman. Don't make the same mistake again. I want, Your Majesty. Thank you, thank you. Wyatt stared blankly into the distance where the guardsman disappeared into the barracks. Something on your mind? I am fondly reminded of the time when you stopped Treasure Xavier's hound from eating a wounded baby hare. We were both children then. I remember how you took it down when it tried to attack me. In the end, I ended up treating both animals. You have always been merciful. The people are fortunate to have you as their queen. I hope my mercy will not become my weakness as a ruler. At any rate, we should make haste. Uncle Osmond awaits. Yes, my queen. The two of you hurried down the long marble hallway. Not long after you arrived at the throne room, the royal guards bowed graciously to you and pulled open the huge engraved doors. As the doors closed behind you, you were welcomed by Duke Osmond's endearing smile. How is my lovely queen faring this morning? I'm well, uncle, thank you. Duke Osmond. My little bird has finally become full-fledged. I am so very proud of you. Does that mean I can spread my wings and fly beyond the castle walls now? Patience, Laura, patience. We will get there in time. You have been telling me that for the past 10 years, uncle. I am becoming queen today. What am I still waiting for? And demand loyalty from you people precisely. This is something you cannot achieve overnight. You must take time to earn their faithfulness in order to secure your throne. I guess I can understand that. His smile suddenly became bitter as a hint of sadness flashed through his eyes. Your father would have been so proud to see you take TRESPIA off my hands. Uncle Osmond is thinking about his brother again. Thank you for taking care of me, uncle, and thank you for looking after TRESPIA until I've come of age. I think this Duke Osmond is the sudden reminder of your new rank had him quickly retracting his hand and covering his awkwardness with a dry cough. Ahem, rulers of all 4 kingdoms have come to witness your coronation today, your majesty. Before you are crowned, each council member shall task you with a challenging question. Such questions are not meant to affect your coronation, but answering them improperly in front of the other rulers will display your weakness and incapability as a queen. So please do be deliberate with your answers. I understand, uncle. Now before we let our honorable guest in, Duke Osmond darted Wyatt a meaningful glance, which was immediately understood as the Queen's guard retreated all the way back to the door. During this celebration banquet, you shall perform your first dance as the Queen of TRESPIA. This is a valuable opportunity for you to pick King Demario as your first dance partner. King Demario, his young king from Rajahil is still unmarried, which makes him a very worthy suitor for you. A marriage between you and King Demario shall be a strong alliance between Rajahil and TRESPIA. I hate you. I already hate you, Duke Osmond, if you said that. As a queen, I shall do what is best for TRESPIA. Can't I choose someone of a lower stature? I shall do what is... I don't like this. You are free to do as you please as queen, but what would that accomplish? I want my people to know that I value each and every one of them, regardless of their status. I see. As the former regent, I can no longer alter your decision, but I do hope you will reconsider for TRESPIA's sake. Now, are you ready for your coronation? Yes, uncle, let us begin. Shortly after, the rulers of the various kingdoms entered the throne room and took their seats, each with their own attendants standing behind them. Once the path was clear, the TRESPIAN council, each in a different colored robe, processed to the steps above you with solemn expressions. Our honored crowning guest, Queen Marjorie of Xel, Queen Marjorie, King Leoric of Mace, King Leoric, King Demario of Rajahili, and King Azar of Sharha. King Azar. Welcome to TRESPIA, and today we gather here to witness the coronation of our Queen. Laura Gwenhevere Mathildis Mary, is your Majesty willing to prove yourself worthy of the TRESPIAN throne? I am willing. Duke Osmond nodded approvingly and backed away, standing beside the 3 familiar old men you knew as the TRESPIAN council. Please step forward, Your Majesty. What, in your opinion, do you think is the most important quality of a good ruler? I think a good ruler shall always follow the rules, be humble and understanding, avoid conflict. Follow the rules? I don't know. Laws are made to tell right from wrong. As Queen of TRESPIA, I must always do the right thing. While that is not wrong, a good ruler must also be able to adapt. There is always an exception to every rule. After all, rules are dead, but our minds are not. I understand, advisor. Thank you for your wisdom. Advisor Zoltan gave you a reassuring smile and gestured towards the sticker reader. I have another question for your Majesty. The sticker reader. The Justicar is looking mean as usual. Ask away, Justicar. Is every Trespian a quill before the law? Here's the only correct answer. I don't know. Well, I do believe the Trespian law book to be impartial and biased. The same punishment can be unfair toward people of different statures. Indeed, noblemen who refuse to pay for their expensive wine often walk free after paying their fines. But peasants who cannot afford the fines are frequently imprisoned for stealing bread to feed their starving children. Then I shall rule wisely with my moral beliefs. Never let the Trespian law book be your sole influence on this deciding a verdict. Доволен моим at least my answer. Oh, sorry, I am Russian and sometimes I can say on Russian language. I can tell to speak. I understand, Justicar. Thank you for your wisdom. Justicar reader nodded at you with a stern expression and raised his hand at Treasurer Xavier, who immediately eased our mind with a hearty smile. I'm Russian girl. It's true. I'm from Russia, Yekaterinburg. If you're interested in it, in this information. Да, я русская. В общем, некоторые, наверное, меня смотрят, потому что меня знают из России. Вот, или в интернете попалась. А вот вдруг кто-то на английском смотрит. I don't know, maybe someone looks this on English from America, USA, or England, I don't know, but I said this. Now, Your Majesty, I have one last question for you. Treasurer Xavier. By all means, Treasurer. As a ruler, how would you persuade your people to do as you desire? I shall convince them with reason, consider what is best for them, instead intimidate them with my power as a queen. I don't know. I believe a good queen should always think of her people before herself. The last thing I want is for my people to suffer for my own selfish desire. A noble motive, Your Majesty, but you cannot base your judgment solely on the benefit of your people. In order for a kingdom to thrive, everyone must contribute what they have. Sacrifices are often made. I understand, Treasurer. Thank you for your wisdom. Your answers were not good enough. I hate you. Sorry. You don't like my answers. In ceremonial steps, he made his way toward Duke Osman, who earnestly removed the red cloth and presented the tray to him. Trespian crown. My father's crown and the heart of Trespia. Are you ready to take your oath before the Trespian crown, Your Majesty? I'm ready. Duke Osman moved with care and dignity as he picked up the crown and raised it above your head. Will you solemnly promise to oversee your land and people according to the Thespian laws and customs. I solemnly promise so to do. Will you swear to execute all your judgments in justice and mercy? Solemnly swear so to do. So pretty. Duke Osmond placed the crown on your head. The golden ring slowly brushed down your forehead. You felt the heavy responsibility that came with its weight. Oh, so pretty! This is my kingdom now. This is my kingdom now. I shall be a good queen and protect it with my life. May the spirits grant her the courage to face her challenges ahead. May the spirits grant her the strength for this heavy burden. May the spirits grant her the light and guide her through all the dark paths ahead. I now proclaim Laura Yamari the true and rightful Queen of TRESPIA. Long may she reign. Oh, I'm Laura, I forget. I forgot. Now I'm not forgot. You stood up and turned around and laughed in joy. The rulers of all four kingdoms rose, nodding respectfully to you. Now should I respond? Smile to them, nod back solemnly. Smile. Here comes a new queen. Queen Therese. King Leoric, King Other, King Mary. It's not good names, really. Are you kidding? These rulers, they all look so serious. Seems like King Mary and I kindred spirits. Duke Osmond attentively opened the engraved box on the tray and presented it to you. Heart of TRESPIA. Oh, it's flower. It looks like a flower. The silver box was hefty in your hands. Inside the box lay a dried flower. Yeah, it's flower. I know it. I knew it. So seemingly frail that it could crumble from a single touch. Our treasure, the heart of TRESPIA, the blossom that can cure all sickness. This is now bestowed upon your majesty. It is the last of its kind. May its value in our hearts and its power in healing be an inspiration to you. You raise the box above your chest, a unique floral scent fills the air around you. I shall protect it with heart, Uncle Osmond. Joyful fanfare rang through the opening doors, breaking the stern silence as the royal guards, led by an armored knight, split into two straight lines before you. The armored knight knelt down. Captain Gillot, oh, not better than my guardian, my main guardian. The royal guards of TRESPIA are at your service, your majesty. From this day forth we submit ourselves to you. We are your sword, we are your shield. Our blood is yours to spill. Speaking of blood, your son is officially a Queen's Guard today. Congratulations, Captain. Riyadh. Thank you, Your Highness. It's our honor to serve Her Majesty. Oh, I hope I find a better man than Riyadh. He's not too bad, but I want more beautiful guy. Thank you, boss, for your services. Come, Your Majesty, you people. eager to see their new queen. You began walking through the paths that divided the bowing royal guards, flaring happiness glowing inside you. Wyatt joined you shortly after your first steps. His eyes flashed with pride and applause. The consul and I will accompany you to the balcony so you can overview the kingdom, Your Majesty. The balcony at the top of the castle, I know the place. Excited to meet you people, you picked up the pace and hurried out of the throne room. The resounding uproar grew louder as you climbed the steps to the castle balcony. Sounds like a lot of people have gathered outside the castle. They must be overjoyed. Wow! Slivers of afternoon sunlight were peeping atop, much like the tingling excitement inside you, anticipating to be let out. However, going further and further up the stairs, the ritualist voices also became more and more shrill. The desperation was almost deafening. You darted a confused look at your uncle, hoping for some answers, a reverence even. Duke Osman seemed not to notice your gesture. His jaw clenched in frustration as his eyes remained fixed ahead on the balcony and the outcries that issued from it. Ahem, now that the cheers have been heard, shall we join our honorable guests in the great hall, Your Majesty? I am sure Lord Reader would agree to that, yes. Of course, Lord Zoltan. Something is amiss. They are trying to discourage me from meeting my people. Oh, it's interesting. Maybe your people, it's not people. I don't know. Shall we proceed to the Grand Hall, Your Majesty? It would be most unwise to keep our honorable guest waiting. Even Uncle Osman is trying to stop me. What is happening? You gasped in bewilderment. The three old men moved ahead of you, forming a line that completely blocked out the sunlight forward. Now I have been kept in the castle all my life. I am going to see my people, and no one will stop me. Determined, you charged up the stairs, swerving around you instant. Mirrors were absolutely powerless against your nimble moves. Wait, Your Majesty. Stop right there, Laura. Fetch Her Majesty, Queen's Guard. Go out, bring her back at once. You ignored the perplexing chaos behind and ran straight to the ramp. What happened here? Oh my gosh! The people, why are they all in rags? Why are they groveling? Are they asking me for something? Tentative footsteps sounded behind you. Your Majesty? I can hear the desperation in their voices. My people, they are unhappy. They are in agony. Is this what TRESPIA truly is? We are a kingdom full of suffering people. I don't know, my queen. The council must have an explanation for this. They are the wisest men in TRESPIA. But why were they trying to stop me? Did they not want me to see this? Riyad was stumped by your question. He parted his lips. Unspoken words lingered on his tongue, but could not escape his mind. Hearing lumbering footsteps, he turned around and saw Duke Osmond approached with counsel, looking rather displeased. You gazed into your uncle's eyes and pointed to the forlorn scene below. What is this, Uncle Osmond? Why are my people crying? They're beggars, Your Majesty. Peasants who are too lazy to do honest work for a living. Beggars? We understand this question would be expectationally hard for someone who has never left the castle. I assure you, Your Majesty, every kingdom is inclined to have some like this. But there were so many of them. They merely gathered here today to ask their new queen for silvers. We were simply hoping to prevent these louts from spoiling Your Majesty's glorious day. You glanced down the balcony once again. Though it was impossible to hear what the beggars were saying to you, their cries still rang at your heart. Can we give them some silvers, Uncle Osmond? Now that's just childish talk, Your Majesty. We can't possibly give people things just because they ask for them. His Highness speaks the truth, Your Majesty. Our reserves in the value are limited and must be spent wisely. Surely there must be something we can do about this. Duke Osmond and the council shot each other a few meaningful looks, exchanging unspoken words. Sadly, even the hearts of TRESPIA cannot cure the laziness in these people, Your Majesty. At any rate, enough about the beggars. The people have been mad with their new queen. Shall we rejoin our guests in the grand hall, Your Majesty? Your presence is very much desired there. They are neglecting my needs for answers. I won't get the truth. Not from them. This is not right. I must find another way. Let's get on with it then. Without another word, you headed down the stairs with everyone following closely behind in awkward silence. It's too long episode. The royal guards bowed down and opened the doors. A jolly sight with lively music immediately engrossed you. All the guests were seated appropriately at long tables. In the center, the rulers shared a round table with a vacant seat beside Queen Margaery, awaiting your presence. Most of the castle's servants stood at the sides with their backs against the wall. You found Delia positioned near King Arthur's. She was staring so curiously at the sudden king that she didn't even notice your entrance. Delia once told me she was of Shetland descent. She must be dying to talk to King Arthur. Delia soon noticed your imminent joy spread across her face as caught your gaze. Duke Osmond and the council started mingling with the guests as soon as you entered the hall. At your table you were firmly greeted by the rulers of the four kingdoms. Greeting Queen Laura. Well met, King Leoric. Pass of low reputation, oh well. If I may, Queen Laura, the way you answered the council's question was most interesting. You have a lot to learn, Queen Laura. Fortunately, as a young ruler, you have all the time in the world. As a recently crowned king myself, I am also on the learning path, Queen Laura. May we both prosper. The rulers of the four kingdoms thought you needed to learn. Thank you for your honesty, Your Majesties. I shall be humble and learn from my elders. Soon the hall quieted down As the servants started serving the extravagant food dishes they had spent all morning preparing. A wine maid places golden chalices before you and the rulers. Then one by one she poured something clear and water-like into each chalice, stirring. A refreshing yet intoxicating floral scent immediately filled the air around you. This must be the renowned TRESPIA nectar. The maiden king took an enthusiastic sip from his chalice. By the spirits, this taste is heavenly. I have yet to taste one as rich and flowery as this one. King Leoric took another sip of the TRESPIA nectar. Instead of swallowing it at once, he closed his eyes and let the wine roll around his tongue. Such divine savor, I must ask you, blessed winemaker, for this recipe, Queen Laura. Thank you, King Leoric. I made this wine myself with a bit of herb mixed with it. Not only does it taste better, the combination of herbs I added will also those winter coughs. Your skills in herbalism are rather impressive, Queen Laura. Thank you, King Mario. I have dabbled in the art of healing and medicinal herbs. Bit by bit, the rulers finished their wine to the last drop. The wine maid returned with a new jug of wine as you continued the conversation. After filling your chalice, she lifted the jug up and moved toward Queen Marjorie's. A light clink sounded from the bottom of it. Something is inside the jug. Your eyes looked curiously on the jug as wine maid proceeded to replenish TRESPIA nectar for the Queen of Xyle. The gurgling sound dimmed down with the chalice filling up. You could help but notice the wine maid's hands shivering. Suddenly she reached inside the jug of wine, and within a flash she was swinging a silver stiletto at Queen Marjorie's. Sometimes the time restricted, think fast, okay? What will see You charged towards the wine maid with all your strength and knocked her off Queen Marjorie's. Hiya! An assassin lost her footing and tumbled towards King Mario. The well-trained Rogerian king quickly took control of the chaotic situation by tackling the wine maid. The dagger in her hand dropped onto the marble floor with a clank. You intercepted the assassin. Almost instantly, a stampede of alarmed royal guardian and Xylian attendants surrounded the table. Wyatt snaked through the crowd and like a stone tower stood protectively before you within his shield in hand. My queen, I am all right. Captain Gelot quickly seized the wine maid on the floor as King Mary rose from the ground. We're in your debt, your majesty. Think nothing of it, think like this happened rather often. Duke Cosmo brushed past you and hurried to the Xylian queen, his body arched into a half bow with his arm graciously across his chest. Mary Pest apologizes, your majesty, I heard. I am nothing to our tenacious queen of TRESPIA. The Xylian queen turned to you. You have my thanks, Queen Laura, and my respect. You are very welcome, Queen Marjorie. You are very welcome. Duke Cosmo returned his attention to the captured wine maid on the floor under Captain Gelot's restaurant. Her head was lowered with hands bound behind her back. Who sent you, assassin? The grand hall fell into dreadful silence, with every pair of eyes fixated on the wine maid's dropping, unmoving head. Look at me. Captain Gillot grabbed the wine maid's hair and jerked it backward. Answer, His Highness. Who gave you the order to? Ears, spleen, screams, echoed all around with your stomach churning. You forced your legs, which were half paralyzed by the horrifying sight, forwards to inspect you, lifeless assassin before you. Black blood was oozing from her wide open eyes and mouth corners. Even this, she filled the hall with a menacing aura. Tentatively, you took 2 steps forward and looked inside her mouth. There's a small pouch of death nettled in her mouth. It must have been hidden under her tongue. Upon being captured, she released the toxin by beating it in order to avoid being interrogated. Such cowardice. We will get to the bottom of this, Your Majesty, you have my word. An assassin who's determined enough to give their life for a missing after often leaves no loose ends. It's quite ridiculous, but many have tried to claim my head, none have succeeded so far. Many have tried to kill Queen Majoris, but why? All because she's the queen of the most powerful kingdom in East-One. If this is what it means to rule a kingdom, I ought to be prepared. Advisor Zoltan waved his hands at the servants. What are you waiting for? Come clean this mess up. Soon the crowd had cleared out, the efficient servants reverted the grand hall to its former glory as if nothing had happened. Captain Gillot now stood guard behind Queen Majoris. His son Riyad placed himself 2 steps behind you, looking more cautious than ever. Melodic tunes drifted through the uncomfortable silence as the guests were served dish after dish of fancily arranged food, exchanging occasional glances. The celebratory spirit is gone. You couldn't help but glance at the marble floor where the wine maid had fallen. It was like you could still smell the death nettle in her mouth. You unconsciously brought the chalice to your lips. The Rajahilian king leaned closer to you and lowered his voice. Are you all right, Queen Laura? Yes, King Mary, thank you. Vulnerability is a great thing. It is perfectly fine if you desire to talk about what happened earlier. King Mary, it was just horrible. I don't wish to dwell on the past. Such unpleasant memories are best left to fate unspoken. I think we should just carry on with the banquet. I agree, Queen Laura. This day is for your glory, after all. I see most of the guests have finished their food. Might I suggest a celebration dance? Starting the ball will definitely help wash this tiredness away. You tilted your head down appreciatively into a half nod and thanked the young Virgilian king with a fond smile. I don't like him. As the focus of the day's attention, every gaze in the grand hall well upon you as soon as you rose from your seat. The musicians paused their performance as you walked in ceremonial steps towards the heart of the great hall. Intrigued guests behind you whispered to each other their curious words seeping into your ears. Who do I want as my first dance partner? Some choices are brushed in diamonds. They can unlock special outfits, give access to exclusive scents, or change attitudes towards you and your companions. Standing in the center of the grand hall, you looked around and headed toward Oh, I have a lot of diamonds. I'm a queen, really queen, diamonds queen, and I don't want dance with Mario. We are you queen's guard, Delia, you chambermaid. I want to dance with my chambermaid because she's a woman, but I don't want romantic relationship with her. And my choices we are. Haha, I see. He's surprised. You ignore the gasp and murmurs behind you and raises your arm before we are. I have a lot of diamonds. Dance with him, it's cost 11 diamonds, and I choose this. And it's my choice. Fancy dance, Viad? I hate your hairstyle. It's not. Oi. Purple and a silver crown with red red stone. I don't know. Rubin, maybe. In Russian is Rubin. You can Google. You can watch in Google. Me? Really? Your Majesty? Yeah, you really. We are going to go with you in my room. Yeah, of course we can dance before we go to my room. I just couldn't. Oh no. What? Do you doubt your queen? The encouragement in your voice seemed to have eased his furrowed brows, and his tense expression slipped into a demure and uncertain smile. I can choose Prince Marion, or my Queen's Garden, or Chambermaid. Chambermaid, it's more weird than Guardian. Your relationship with Wyatt has improved. No. Then come with me. You took Wyatt's hand and whisked him across the hall, paying no attention to the hundreds of wide-eyed gazes as you passed through. Reaching the heart of the great hall, you placed an arm on Wyatt's shoulder and gestured him to wrap his arm around your waist. The Queen's Guard tentatively placed his hand about the small of your back, a guilty look upon his face, as though he'd just been caught committing some offense. Is the fearless Queen's Guard Wyatt afraid of dancing with a lady now? You are my queen, I shall always revere you. Besides, I was not taught the traditional Trespian dance, I'm afraid. Oh, he's so pretty. He was drawn very well. He was drawn. You shoot him a playful wink. Worry not, Queen's Guard. Just follow my lad. You bent your arm backward and shifted Riyadh's hand downward, grinning gleefully as his eyes widened and glistened. Or if I invite to dance Prince Demario, I guess our relationship with Riyadh it's not improved. Maybe I get married to Prince Demario, but I don't know. And of course, Riyadh can't do about romantic relationship with me if I get married another guy. And it's good idea to do this, dance with my Riyadh. Or I don't know, maybe I'll find bear man. I don't know. Yeah, I'm a little bitch. You bent your arm backward and shifted Riyadh. I have already read this. Little by little you led Riyadh unsure steps into the rhythm. The light sparkled in his blue eyes as you locked gazes, swaying back and forth as if your bodies were not your own. Towards the end of the dance, you drew Riyadh close and wrapped your arms around his neck. The formality faded away along with the distance between you. Even the rainbows are jealous of your beauty, my queen. Must be the dress I'm wearing today. I have always admired you, my queen. It's just I may never have the courage to speak my heart again. You can always be honest with me, Yar. I may be a queen now, but I'm still the little girl you grew up with. Haha. uh, she is a little girl, but Riyadh is older. We share a bond that goes beyond our tales. Finally, the music ended in a long drawn hum. Riyadh bowed ceremoniously before you. Finally, the music. After Riyadh returned to the ruler's table, Leoric immediately approached you for another dance. Of course, I don't know. Maybe I don't choose. I not make a choice now. You were soon joined by all the elated guests who filled the hall with joy and laughter. One dance, then another as the newly crowned TRESPIA queen. You entertained enthusiastic guests until your legs became wobbly. Phew, I need another TRESPIA nectar. Looking around for a wine maid, you found your queen's guard instead surrounded by a crowd of crazy young female guests. Riyadh caused a slight smirk at the corner of your mouth. He tried to come over but was immobilized as if he was stuck in a spider's web. You threw him a saucy wink, grinning mischievously. Riyadh out to enjoy himself. At least for tonight is his big day too. Returning to the table for the chalice, a servant immediately filled it up with your TRESPIA nectar. All the wine maids are gone. The royal guards must be questioning them about the assassin. You took a sip of the wine. After a brief taste of sweetness, all the effervescence faded into blankness as you started thinking about what you saw on the castle balcony today. First the crying people, then the wine maid. It's surely been an eventful coronation day. I am the queen now. It's my responsibility to take good care of my people. This thought brought you gaze to the far end of the hall, where Queen Marjorie seemed to be mingling pleasantly with the other rulers, totally unfazed by the assassination attempt earlier. Queen Beatrice is such a composed queen. No wonder Roxelle is so strong and powerful. I should be more like her. The council didn't want me to see my people and they denied me any answers. But Uncle Osman had been ruling TRESPIA until this very day. He must know what is happening. Determined, you placed your chalice down and approached the Duke. The day is still young. What is my beautiful queen doing with her old Uncle Osman? Shouldn't you be with your guests? I can't stop thinking about the people outside the castle gate. Something is amiss. I know it, Uncle, and I know the council didn't want me to see them. They were hiding something. If they were, I'm sure there was a good reason for it, Your Majesty. What good reason can there be for a queen to not know what is happening to her kingdom? Duke Osman let out a grunt of mild annoyance. Look, dear, you were just crowned today. I imagine all that must be overwhelming. Did you forget what I have taught you about the TRESPIA Council, about their role in the kingdom? I know they are the wisest and they have mentored rulers. I must always confide in them as they are backbone of TRESPIA. TRESPIA can only prosper if you trust your council, your majesty. Never neglect their experience and wisdom. You have lived in the castle all your life, while we all took good care of you. While your lack of understanding with respect to life outside is justifiable, your callousness as a ruler won't be. Uncle Osman, the people are suffering and annoyed. I understand, I just want some answers. Rationality. How can I learn about ruling a kingdom if I don't even know what is happening to it? They have already given you the answer to your thought. Thought. People let different lives outside the castle. The sight you saw today merely showed that not everyone is as fortunate as you are, and that not all peasants are as hardworking as they should be. Surely there must be something I can do. I am the queen now, aren't I? A good ruler always focuses on the greater good of the kingdom, your majesty. If you want to keep TRESPIA safe, work with your council. Their methods may differ from yours, but your goals are all the same. Even Uncle Osman won't tell me anything. It appears that I'll never get my answers, not unless I look for them myself. It would be so much easier if I could just talk to my people directly. That's it. Why don't I just sneak out of the castle? I can see TRESPIA with my own eyes instead of asking the council about it. Something on your mind? Nothing. I may need to slow down on the TRESPIA nectar. That's all. No, this is your celebration. You should be enjoying yourself and not asking too many questions. Now go mingle with your guests. It's essential for a queen to build her influence in other kingdoms too, your majesty. All right, Uncle Osmond. With 1,000 thoughts twinkling in your mind, you headed for a less crowded area in the hall. In the corner, Delia stood quietly with her head slightly turned, staring into the distance, frowning and fighting with something in her hands. You followed her gaze and found King Arthur sitting alone at the ruler's table, having another chalice of TRESPIA nectar. Want to go talk to him? The chambermaid anxiously stashed her hands below her apron in the attempt to conceal whatever she was holding. Your Majesty, you know, hiding only works when you do it before you are certain. I'm sorry, my queen, it's just a handkerchief I sewed. It's poorly made. I didn't want you to laugh at me. I find it hard to believe. You have delicate fingers. Come, let me have a look. Hesitantly, Delia withdrew her hands and placed a small piece of soft fabric in your hand. Delia's handkerchief you received. Delia, this is beautifully made. Are these golden threads? I collected scraps from the tailors who crafted gowns to make these. I hope it's all right, Your Majesty. You could have just asked me for the silk instead of rounding up scraps, you know. I wouldn't want to trouble Your Majesty for something so puny. If you spend all this time embroidering it, it must be of great importance. Talk to me, Delia. What's wrong? Delia slipped a glance at King Arthur before shaking her head in dejection. It's nothing, Your Majesty, really. You made this for King Arthur? didn't you? It was a silly idea anyway. Why would the great Shadow King want some ordinary handicraft from a Trespian chambermaid? Well, I can take it to him on your behalf. I'm the rich bitch and I can spend. You would do that for me? Of course I would. Come, I will even introduce you to him so he will know it's you who made it. No, no, I can't meet him like this, Your Majesty. Please, just take this to His Majesty and don't say it's from me. Are you sure, Delia? This may be your only chance to gain an audience with King Arthur. Yeah, I'm sure, Your Majesty. I just want to see His Majesty from afar. Alright, if that's what you truly want. You folded the handkerchief neatly and walked formally towards King Arthur. He rose from his chair in respect as soon as he saw you approaching. Queen Laura, I come bearing a gift, King Arthur, a tribute from someone very dear to me. Oh, no, I'm intrigued. What is it? You spread the handkerchief across your palms and presented it to the Shadow King. This is quite handsomely made. I absolutely adore the mix of Shadow and Trespian embroidery, remarkable. Such skilled needleworkers you have. King Arthur put his gift carefully in his pocket and took a purple jeweled ring from his finger. Thank you, Queen Laura. I know mere jewelry is in poor taste compared to your fine tailoring. This lilac crystal is actually a rare gem my man found under the unresting sea. I call this the ring of unspoken tales. Please accept this as a token of my gratitude. King Arthur ring, you received. Thank you, King Arthur. Plus 20 assets. After nodding respectfully to each other, King Arthur returned to his drink as you made your way back to Delia, who was rubbing her fists anxiously and looking rather excited. You put the jeweled drink into her palm. Here, take it, it's yours. No, Your Majesty, I can't possibly accept this. As your queen, I command you to keep it. Your Majesty, your king would have wanted you to keep it, Delia. Delia wrapped the ring up delicately with her white cotton handkerchief, blinking back happy tears. Your relationship with Delia has improved. Thank you, my queen. At any rate, I should go back to mingling with the guests. Yes, Your Majesty, I shall go and prepare the Queen's chamber for your residence at nightfall. You took the heart of TRESPIA out of your pocket and handed it to Delia. You have opened the wardrobe. You can change your outfit and hairstyle at any time by pressing the wardrobe button in the upper right corner. I really want to change my hairstyle. I don't like it with crown. It's not good. Take this and lock it inside the small bronze chest where I keep the Trespian. Of course, Your Majesty, I'll get it down at once. You stayed until Delia's splendid silhouette disappeared around the hallway before returning to the seemingly endless banter with the guests. The rest of the day was surprisingly uneventful. After sundown, you were escorted by numerous royal maids, who insisted on spending an excessive amount of time bathing and dressing you for bed before exciting your new chamber. Finally, hearing their faint footsteps, you swiftly sat up in your bed to peer down from the giant window. The perfectly flat bed cover which the royal maids had spent so long smoothing all the wrinkles out of immediately folded down 2 feet. Royal guards are still interrogating the wine maids, but it won't be long until they return to their patrols. If I want to sneak out of the castle, it has to be now. Just then you heard a soft knock on the door. Just then you heard a soft knock of the door. Your Majesty, come in. Delia entered your chamber and placed your small bronze chest on the bedside table. Now you can study the TRESPIA hell book on your bed while smelling the heart of TRESPIA. Delia, here, Your Majesty. I don't have time to explain everything, but I need to leave the castle now. You are leaving the castle, but you are the queen. Well, I'm not running away. It's just I've heard the suffering cries of my people. Something is wrong with my kingdom. I can feel it. Neither Uncle Osmond nor the council would tell me anything, so I decided to see for myself. It will only take a day or two. Please, Your Majesty, it's not safe. There are bad people outside. That's why I'm taking Vyar with me. He will keep me safe. But neither of you have left the castle before. Even Vyar may not be aware of the danger that lies ahead. Don't worry, we will be cautious. No harm shall come to us. Maybe we'll even visit that lily garden and fetch you some new seeds for the... Oh, can I come too, Your Majesty? I can braid your hair and keep your gowns clean. I'm sorry, Delia, but I don't think I'll be needing my dresses cleaning now there. And it's too dangerous for you. You were not trained to fight like I was. Don't worry, I will be back in no time. When I turn, I shall announce you as my lady in waiting and get you a pretty dress. I just want you to be safe, Your Majesty. You took her hand and gave it a soft squeeze. I will come back safely, you have my word. At any rate, I need to dress up and get a move on. Quick, fetch Vyar, tell him it's urgent. Yes, Your Majesty. As Delia hurried out of the chamber, you open your closet. First cape dress, oh, so pretty. To her eyes it's the best. But I want more expensive. The most expensive in this. Stormy cape dress. Not too white. Oh, it's free, not expensive. Okay, choose this. Maybe something happened if we bought the most expensive. If we buy. Wavy princess braid. Wow, so pretty. It cost 11, oh, natural straight. It's not for her eyes, but it's for her dress. It's the best. This is the best for her for her eyes and her dress too fine. After changing into something less queen-like, you grabbed a handful of herb pouches, a jar of honey, and various supplies from the cabinet. Queen-like, less queen-like. That's enough honey to bind 100 rounds, but one can never be too careful. If only I had something to pack all this together. You pulled the decorative shad and golden threaded silk bag down from the wall. This will have to do. Hasty footsteps soon echoed in the hallway. You opened the door, revealing Viard in his silver armor and worried-looking Delia. I thought we had everything, Your Majesty. He is well prepared to set off. I am yours to command, my queen. Good, before we leave. You handed the bag to Yad, turned back to your desk, and quickly scribbled a few words onto an empty sheet of vellum. Sign the letter you wrote. The royal guards will find this once they realize I am missing in the morning. Hopefully the letter will ease Uncle Osman's worries. Do you really have to go, Your Majesty? Yes, I do, Delia. I need to stop letting everyone else make my decision for me. I am the queen now. It's time for me to take a stand against the council. Please, Your Majesty, come back soon. I will. Don't worry, silly. Now return to your quarter and get some sleep. Oh, Laura is so pretty. Prettier clothes than princess clothes. You gave Delia's cheek one last playful pinch before heading down the empty hallway with Viard. After retrieving your horses from the stables, Viard led you down a damp, rocky path that was only used by servants. You came across no one the way, as all the castle workers were busy cleaning up after the banquet. Viard pointed to the west, talking to you in a hushed whisper. We can exit through the side gate where traders and merchants commerce. It is usually unguarded after sundown, but we should still be as quiet as we can be. You nodded at him understandingly and continued onward with cautioned steps. After a few twists and turns, the entrance was in sight, with no guardsmen around. Relieved, you and Viard smiled at each other and processed to the rusted gate. Viard quietly inspected a variety of chain keys that he possessed as a queen's guard. Here, this must be the one. You stood nervously, hands tightly clasped in front of your stomach as Viard tried to unlock the gate. Then a soft click was heard following a twist of his key. The very thought of being outside the castle for the first time in your life had your heart racing. This is it. I'm going to be outside the castle once I cross through this gate. Fighting with your fingers, you took a step back while Yad pushed the rusty gate open into a small gap. The stiff hinges produced an ear-splitting screech which pierced the quiet and frayed all your nerves at once. Galloping horses and yelling guards were heard in the distance, rapidly approaching. The guards! We need to hurry! The two of you dashed through the gate and got on your horses, riding straight into the woods. You both rode aimlessly past tree after tree until you were deep inside the starlit woods. Other than the sounds of your heavy panting, only chirping crickets could be heard. I think we've lost them. Then the spirits. Where should we go now, my queen? From what I've seen on the map, this forest is part of Coral Ridge, the largest region of TRESPIA. You pointed at the moon in the sky. You see, the moon is behind us now. If we go right, we may exit the woods into the village of Evydale. Yes, my queen. Together you continued your journey through the woods until you were stopped by a blockade of hanging moss. Yard drew his sword, skillfully swinging in towards the unwelcome obstacle. To speed up the clearing, you also hopped off your horse and started slicking at them with your knife. Hanging moss. Suddenly a huge weighted net dropped from above, locking you tight against the yard and pinning you both to the forest floor. Ah! Terrified, you try to struggle your way out, only to feel the ropes tightening more and more with each movement. Stop, my queen. If you keep moving, the net will strangle us. Well, we can't just sit here and wait for whoever set this trap to come get us. Here, maybe I can cut these ropes down if you can get the dagger in my boot. Yard made an effort to shift his leg up against you, an embarrassed gasp escaped at your lips as his knee blades accidentally bumped against your groin. Did I hurt you, my queen? No. Wait, I think someone's coming. The rustling sounds of nearing footsteps on leaves and broken twigs sent a chill down your spine. You try to turn to see your approaching enemies, but the net held you tight. Some moments after the footstep came to a halt. They are here. A husky guffaw charged through the woods, sending crows flying about you. Well, 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 what have we here? Forest bandits. Oh, it's the end of the story. I put it towards a guess. Was it fun to play? Please rate this episode. Your opinion helps us improve. Yeah, fun. Thank you for watching. I get 10 diamonds, 20 assets, 2 influence, 1 rationality, and 3 compassion. Thank you for watching. Put a like if you like this video. See you in the next episodes of Romance Club.